We're going to jail! Hi! Oh, it's Sheriff Man. I'm so glad to see you. But before I talk to Sheriff Man, welcome back to more MaGMML3. We're on Tier 4 now. We're finally out of the contaminated sewer, though I am still sick. I have hot water with me because I have a white lump on my throat. But, you know, I guess we'll get through that and probably be done with it by the end of this week. So, on to Tier 4. I'm excited. We're getting to even better levels. And I'm very excited because Sheriff Man's here. Sheriff Man was actually my favorite stage from Make a Good Mega Man Level 2. So, like, it's great to see him recognized. Howdy, Mega Man. Welcome to my old jailhouse, which just so happens to be another gauntlet. Just so happens indeed. This is where we throw all the troublemakers and petty criminals to make sure the tournament's safe for everyone. We'll see that princess girl here, maybe? Pay no mind if any of the jailed varmints cause any commotion. Thank you, Sheriff Man, for keeping the streets clean. I don't know if I want to be saluting authority like that. But, hey, can I have your, like, sheriff badge again? Like, that was a really awesome shield. I like the theming already. I was expecting from the, what is it, the brochure here? Yeah, a lot more of a typical kind of, you know, dingy metal. But this is actually, quite nice. Kind of a nice wooden aesthetic here. Wood punk. We got gears, maybe? Hunter A. One of the mighty Hunter twins. We find criminals and crush them as our livelihoods. I'm sure you do, pal. Bring them here to this jailhouse, where justice is served. Actually, most people in the jailhouse just commit petty crimes, so it's not a big deal, but, you know, I like to feel important. And you lock them up here anyways for them to rot in jail, because this is a tournament, it's a game, and they're not getting out of there. They are forever stuck in prison. See, hefty time penalty. Ooh, but good ratings though. This might actually be fun. Brightman remix, let's go. Alright, starting off exactly as Brightman originally was. Maybe a little bit of a... Okay, at least it changes within the screen. Still, to have the first screen be the exact same as Mega Man 4 is a bit of a strange choice for a contest. Also to choose to reuse, like, the... Oops, I shouldn't have said anything. But to choose to reuse, like, the slowest part of Brightman's stage from the beginning already with the grasshoppers also feels maybe a little bit... not counterproductive to the level title, but maybe counterproductive to the contest title. This is not exactly the good part of Brightman's stage. At least that jump was actually a little bit tight, if I think about it. I mean, not really too much to say so far. I mean, that little bolt enemy was kind of inconsequential. But this is pretty standard stuff right now. Okay, this is actually a good mix-up. It's kind of a tricky one. Oh good, thankfully there was a checkpoint. I didn't even notice. That would have been a pretty long way to wander back just for that one challenge. Okay, let's see. How can we time this to not get zapped? Okay, I guess I was just off the first time. Beats me. Okay, let's try this again. Good. I just want to be able to do this with Buster once to say that I did it. Okay, good. Won't do that ever again, as very good chance of time wasting in that. Right, classic Mega Man 3 design. Have a Joe that's guarding essentially nothing. Kind of a long time to have me run without a firework enemy. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, at least it definitely adequately puts you in the mindset of you really don't want to be just like shooting the light bulbs out, because there's going to be no firework guys for a very long time. So at least the level communicates that nicely. Oh, and this is a cool throwback to the original Brightman stage. Okay. It's a cool throwback to have the ladder path exist, and I'm guessing that's where the token's going to be. Alright, just let the Magfly pass. We're not gonna... Actually, I probably could have rolled the Magfly. It probably would have been easier. Okay, this stage is a penchant for maybe brutality. That's a lot to deal with. I don't think I'm going to deal with that Buster only. Oh, cool. Thanks. And I got distracted again. See, this is why I don't bother quick switching. Okay, probably Magnet Shockwave. I'll probably take out the totems. And the wall, good. Whoa, 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 okay. Yeah, the Magfly, again. Forgetting about the Magfly. Yeah, I think that's a good challenge in theory, but maybe not in execution. That's a lot to, ask out of somebody to fight a snail mini-boss on that thing. Like, that thing is healthy. It was already kind of a large challenge, a large ask to ask somebody to do the, with the little ball thrower back at the checkpoint on one of those. And then to have, and that thing has a fair amount of health already for an enemy. But then to ask you to also go ahead and do the, snail as well? I'm not so sure about that one. I can't believe I dodged that. For once, Mega Man putting his head behind the ladder actually, like, really did something as a sprite. Oh, no. Okay. This didn't fall all the way down. Okay. Add some real quick hops on that one. Okay, there we go. And wait a minute. Sparkman? Why am I fighting Sparkman? He's... Huh? Surely Brightman was a dev kit boss, right? And if not, why would you make a Brightman remix if you can't put Brightman in it? This is very jarring. I mean, I understand there were some Sparkman enemies thrown in the mix here, but that's strange. That's very strange. Alright, I mean, overall, it's a solid level, as the scores pre-penalty would suggest, but definitely has an issue with the fact that it's mostly similar challenges to the original Brightman stage. It iterates on the platforms a little bit, but not so much to where it feels like it has its completely own identity. There's at least more combat going on the platforms, which is appreciable. But some things like the grasshopper segments really are not developed upon very far. Additionally, as I was grousing there, Sparkman at the end of this stage, a very weird and kind of weak conclusion. I like that the moving platforms were used in kind of a unique way for that last screen where you actually had to hop on them like instantaneously just to get over a big spike wall. But that stage was kind of not super inventive. It was more fun than a lot of other levels, and it was more competently put together. And it tried to do some new things, and succeeded on those new things. But it didn't really have any of that wow factor to it. It was just kind of like, yeah, okay, if I found this in Mega Man Maker, I would be, happy. It also doesn't help the fact that it already was working off of a pretty good level, and then didn't exactly elevate that. It went from pretty good level to pretty good level. So let's see. As I take a drink, what do the judges have to say? That's not the judge button. Yeah, so low creativity. Not terrible. Does a couple more new things. And the first couple of crickets. The crickets, that's been done. It's tired. Don't go for the token. It's downright annoying. Glad I didn't go for it. Core issue is a number of surprise/poorly placed enemies. Sorta, yeah. I mean, the magflies kind of do come out of nowhere sometimes, and yeah. Very first second jumps you right before the first arc platform. Let's see. First ring is, yeah, a little bit hard to actually hit. Lone Bolton and Nutten is kind of weirdly placed, although I never really ran into it, but... Mini bosses can also be insufferable, Buster only. Yeah, I don't really think I would bother fighting the Snail Buster only in my entire life. Sparkman should have been reskinned to a lightning-throwing Brightman. I guess that answers the question. Brightman probably wasn't a dev kit boss, but that still brings up the question, why reinvent Brightman stage then, if you can't even conclude with a Brightman fight? Let's see. There's severe issues in the long run. By no means the greatest, but I found it fun enough. Yeah, agreed. Enemy popping up in thin air, which can easily blindside you. Absolutely need proper telegraphs to avoid becoming cheap hits. I suppose. I mean, fundamentally, I agree. I didn't really think too much of anything was that cheap in this level. Just some maybe, pro gamer level design, but jumping segments. Let's see. And react to them with the first read ring. Yeah, that's pretty hard to react to. You got a pretty tight window to just hit it with a charge shot if you don't want to jump, and then you have to actually do a pretty precise jump if you actually want to get back on the platform and hit it that way. The wall of dust blocks the end of the same segment. I didn't think that. I mean, I guess it is a gotcha, but I guess going from the fundamental idea of, wow, I've never actually played a Mega Man game before. Yeah, it would be pretty brutal. Let's see. Ladder, however, I'm not really a fan of how it ends. Yeah, that mini-boss was trying to do a little bit too much with the arcing platform. Required to land on the platforms. It's incredibly tight. Yeah, you have to kind of get some first few frame jumps off of those last platforms. I wouldn't hold against level for using Vanilla Dead Kit boss, but yeah, it's very odd to put Sparkman at the end of the Brightman Dev Kit, or Brightman boss, or Brightman stage. Damn, English. Series of tough, fair platforming segments, rather than Sparkman suddenly showing up. Yeah, maybe this is the one level where not having a boss fight would have enhanced things. Brightman's bright iteration. Let's see. And when keeping count on the amount of remix stage that you got submitted. Nope, I remember there was an Airman stage that was positively green last time. That's really about it. Yeah, not bad, not really impressive though. Let's see, some of the enemy additions, kind of their electric themed. Yeah, I mean, granted, having the, the Elekins pop up, they actually do pop up in pretty good places, but yeah. A lot of the challenges of the stage simply involve riding those platforms over instant death hazards. Yeah, it did get frustrating a couple times, but not too much. The checkpointing was pretty generous. One room with the gachapon? Well, didn't do that. Oh wait, no, that was that first red thing. That's what that thing's name is. Yeah, no, it was pretty cool, honestly. Boss Sparkman is just pathetic. Yep. Not everyone's capable of programming a boss, but like, come on. You could even just a simple sprite change. Yeah, more areas, more varied than typical flat plane ones, but yeah, Sparkman also just has that geometry anyways, so like, yeah, it really doesn't help. Let's see. Balancing innovation with preservation, but yeah, that's the thing. It still is a lot of preservation, and I think we want to see something new in this contest. Nonsensical theming. I'm already dubious about the grasshoppers, bagworms, and totem poles populating a power plant. Yeah, Brightman had some weird theming going on initially, so copying that is an odd choice. I guess I never really thought of that. But that's a fair point. I mean, there's no use keeping what is already kind of non-functional in the original. Let's see, removing Brightman from his own level. Yeah, kind of. That's still a perplexing decision. If you don't have a Brightman in the dev kit, why remake Brightman's level? Let's see. Brightman would look awesome with Spriteman's moveset? Eh, not too sure. Roger Roscoe's handled clumsily too. New hazards. Names I've forgotten. Yeah, I never really got the feeling of like, oh, this enemy has lived to its full potential. There was also just one random Hammer Joe guarding 6 random small energy power-ups. Darkness Maze is pointless when you can stand around safely until the lights return. Yeah, it is. It just kind of wastes a lot of time when you hit the first light bulb enemy, and then there's no firework enemy, and you're just kind of running into a wall for, you know, God knows how long. Chamber is disappointingly identical to the one in Megaman 3. Yep. Oh yeah, and where's the Game Boy crossover? The Cutman level back in Tier 1 did that at least. The graphics look almost as good as they do in the original. Clean difficulty progression, checkpoints mostly where they need to be. Vertical scrolling may induce queasiness. Yeah, I mean, I don't have motion sickness like that, so can't judge. Like that, the level tries lots of new things. I just wish they'd panned out better. Yeah, the execution was adequate in this level, but that's not really, you know, any kind of wow factor to it. Introducing gimmicks is to introduce them and not throw the player into immediate death spikes everywhere. Yeah, that's it is unfortunate. We didn't even get a chance to, like, you know, use the arc platforms or find the dust blocks or see the grasshoppers before just kind of being thrown at them. The first red falling swinging platform. Yep, kind of a little brutal if you have never played Mega Man 4. I mean, most people playing this game will almost certainly have played all the Mega Man classic games, but, you know, that's not what the judge standard is. Several of the enemies and gimmicks require you to be Nostradamus. Alright. Bolton and Nutton. We have both the mini-bosses. Uproot was interesting. Didn't try it because I wouldn't get the token. It shows potential with its ideas, and the final climb was a unique and fair challenge. Shame did not start an easier difficulty and build up to this. I mean, I don't mind you not being able to go back for the token. In this case, it pretty obviously hints at it. It's like, oh, you missed a path, and like a pretty standard Mega Man game would still be like, oh, look, there was a path here. Go look for it, and pretty easily go find it. Like, I don't think that there's an issue with that. What is more of an issue is, say, like that one tier 3 level we were just in, the Susie Hive Mind, was it Susie Love, what was it called? Where it's just like, here is a maze with random branching paths that aren't indicated very well, and you're never really going to know if you missed something unless you just explore every wall, every barrier of the level. That, I don't think that's really a valid complaint. But, yeah, that level was kind of just mediocre. It was it was above mediocre. It was fine, but it late penalty puts it down here, and yeah, I wouldn't rate it too much higher than fine. Perfectly average level. Rats, after all this time, they finally caught me for committing Scorch Fraud. What's that? Oh, well, I just claimed my name was Scorchman to start a fight with someone, that's all. And I fought a Scorchman really recently, actually. Kinda kicking myself for it. Yeah, serves you right for tricking me. Some friend you are. Actually, were you even my friend? Maybe that's why we lost back at the second festival. We weren't displaying true scorching power. Oh yeah, you two were working together or were you working together? I think you both worked together at some point. I feel like I remember fighting both of you. No hard feelings about our previous bouts. I was looking for another Scorchman if you're interested. Well, I mean, I found one back there. I don't know if you want him, though. He kind of does weird air walking shenanigans. Let's see. Akudama Empire Mothership. That sounds like anime that I don't quite understand. Let's see, another 25% time penalty, so it could be a good level. Okay. Immediate thoughts, the color scheme hurts the eyes a little bit, and honestly, the fact that the earth here is so high textured kind of looks a little weird. There's too many like individual pixels standing out on their own. But minor complaint. Oh, hello there. I don't know what you were referenced to. Okay, I get your pattern. You're going to telegraph what direction you're going to shoot every time. Or not. You're just going to shoot towards me, and now your attack's home in slightly. Well, fancy death animation at the very least. Well, not quite death. Kind of odd to start off with just a random boss fight like that. And what are you exactly? It looks like one of those Super Mario Bros. 3 things got in a walker. Okay. Oh, hello. That's a trap. What indicator? Is there any indicator to a trap being there? Okay, no, it just kind of happens routinely if you stand there enough. Alright, immune. Yeah, the color palette's being a little bit of a headache right now. It's kind of making it hard to focus on anything but the colors. Alright, well, at the very least, most of the enemies seem to be introduced in a fair, safe manner. I would not have expected that enemy to be very different. It's just a color palette swap. But yet it just comes up from the woodworks and swipes at you. I would appreciate some telegraphing on where these star enemies are coming from. Oh, look at that. I accidentally broke a block. And, well, I could just try to jump in there. I think that's a little too far. Okay, what's happening here? Pretty simple platforming challenge. They say as... I'm getting really sick of the comedic timing bullshit. Hey, what's up? Oh, that looks strange. Didn't account for that respawning, huh? Another... Okay, we're kind of in too many enemies territory now. They're not really being expanded upon. There's just a lot of them now. Kind of hard to keep tabs on. It's not impossible, but it is kind of a weird experience. There's a little bit too many enemies for a Mega Man level. And now another gimmick that's not gonna stick around for very long. I was really hoping that something would just kind of randomly pop out there, save me from a death. Like, I had no indication of what was going on. I had no idea that maybe, I don't know, maybe I just need to jump into that laser. Maybe it's a good thing. And if not, then why would you just introduce a pit that Mega Man can't jump across? It's a very strange design decision. Fight this thing. Is it just going to... Oh, it's just going to stay there. That's annoying. The enemy is dead. The projectile really should not stay there anymore. Alright, come on. This... Okay, it's just too high to even interact with me. Except now it'll definitely start messing with me. There's too many enemies in this level. The graphics are weird. They're also straining my eyes. Well, the Brightman remix was at least... This is kind of the opposite. The Brightman remix was, functional, if not boring. This one's interesting, if not kind of hard to deal with. Why? Okay, so just mandatory, like, Rush Jet section? Actually, wait, did Rush Spike, give Spike immunity? No, it did not. I forgot about that. This is why you don't try new things. What a far, far position to put a checkpoint back. Especially when you introduce a giant gap that there's no way you could know that you... I mean, it's very obvious that you don't have the distance. Like, Mega Man does not have the hops to jump across it. But why would you just suddenly have a big pit that Mega Man can't jump across? And then have a checkpoint way far back? Frustrating level design. So many random different enemies. Okay, I guess it's Rush Jet time. Ah, no, come on. Guess we're retrying again. No way for me to have known that was coming up. Most boring stage in the world. I don't know. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing alright. I was extremely tired at work again today. I'm not sure if that's because I didn't sleep very much last night, or if it's because I'm a little sick, and so that's affecting maybe my energy. Or if maybe I'm just, you know, I went too far and overindulged in vacation mode, and now it's, I can't get back into work mode anymore. But I'm pretty sure I barely even did anything today at work. I definitely did something, but pretty sure I just spent most of the day in a haze. I feel a little bit more awake now that I'm at least doing something well, maybe I'm not enjoying the stage, but I'm enjoying playing the game. it's also as a nice treat. Our workplace is letting us off a couple hours early for the day before 4th of July. I don't know why, that's kind of just a thing at our workplace. We tend to get a lot of early dismissals for before holidays or holiday weekends. I guess it just sweetens the pot. I mean, I can't exactly complain, but it seems like a strange practice to do. Oh good, I think I'm now in timing to get hit by all of these. You fuck, I knew that was gonna happen. Damn it. I just had to be eager to have a stage with new concepts and things that are original. This is a pain in the ass to deal with, though. Like, I'm glad that this is actually new, original things going on, but, like, oh my god, this is so tedious to actually try and get through, and trial and error your way through. So many different enemies just kind of blend together, even though they all do different things. It's just like, why are there so many different kinds of enemies? So many of them are also just kind of in the way to be in the way. They don't really present a challenge. They're just kind of like, well, they're there, now shoot them. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to platform past. It's almost like a Megaman X7 philosophy of enemy design. Kinda boring. I will say, at least the weird diamond flying enemies, they do make you consider their flight path, but it's mostly just a waiting game. It doesn't actually add much to the challenge. Okay, for the, like, 4th time. Let's try this again. Let's get rid of these guys this time. There we go! Wow, we can finally play the game again. Get new progress. And get dunked right into a spike pit. Are you kidding me? Why? Why would you do that? I mean, even if the checkpoint is right here on the screen, like, that's just kind of insulting. Don't have a large blind spike pit. I have no excuse for that one, but don't have, like, a large blind spike pit fall. Oh my god, more enemies. Some of them keep doing the same things, too. Weird laser refraction mechanic. More resprited enemies. There's too many enemies in this stage. Even if most of them are the same, there's too much. I'm getting sick of memorizing new things. And, okay, now we have an honest-to-goodness new enemy, but, like, why we do not need an honest-to-goodness new enemy. Especially one that's armored like this and just slows down the pace even further. Also, what are the point of these lasers? They aren't really doing anything. I mean, I guess they might come back later, but that's, I hope they don't, honestly. What is this again? Come on. More random, mandatory item usage? I'm getting another new enemy. Oh, there's too many. How many new enemies? How many at least unique sprites of enemies have been in this stage so far? I'm pretty sure the number is somewhere close to like 20 at this point. Fancy down there. Gotta look for secrets. God. Stop with the new enemies! Stop! You don't need more! This one doesn't even do anything. It just moves slowly towards you. It just serves to stand there as a big dumb obstacle. Gonna introduce a new enemy, at least have it do something. Or at least make its big dumb presence, like, actually, you know, threat? It's just not in the way enough to actually matter. I say that as I'm about to get trapped under it. I know this level hasn't exactly been making these things. Okay, yeah, that thing is not unique in any way. It's just, I had to make sure that it's not a fake wall. At this point, I just really don't want to replay any part of this stage again. What's this? Is this a different kind of platform? I'm going to jump over it. Okay, maybe I'll touch it. Okay, no, it's the same thing. I don't know, you can't tell. With every 5 seconds, this level introduces a new gimmick, so, like, you know, that platform very well could have been, like, a switch or something. All too much to deal with. Okay. Also, we're getting into very long level territory. Not just because I had to do that little bit for the second token over and over again, but just, like, it's a lot of screens to this level, man. Okay, random costume. Sure. And then, how do I get down there exactly? You know what? I'm not going to chance it. I feel like it's some kind of weird magnet beam. No. I guess it can't be. Okay. I guess there's just backtracking here at some point. I mean, okay, an E-tank. That's really not worth it given all that's going on down there. And again, another whoa, hey! Crashman impersonator. Damn. Okay, so there's supposed to be a way, like a secret path? I sure hope that this wraps around. Oh my god, stop it with all the small enemy spam. There's so much going on in this screen. Not to mention that my brain is, like, trying to sort out every, like, 5 seconds, like, okay, there's a new confusing random enemy showing up. There's, like, 20 in this stage that you have to memorize. Which one is showing up on screen right now? I wonder if I would have just left him kept jumping, if I would have gotten a consistent enemy jumping through the wall. Okay. Oh my god, come on. You've gotta stop chasing me down with every single small enemy that you can, especially ones that are coming from the back, too. It's like, I have enough to deal with in the front, you gotta stop throwing things at me. From the back, I mean, sort of just skill issue, but also like, oh my god, you see how many enemies are in this stage, it's unreal, and why did I even bother giving that jump a chance? It's a 4-block wide jump. Ah. The stage just has a penchant for just being like, yeah, I mean, you know, this jump is too large for Megaman to make, but, like, you have a tool, you'll recognize that. It's totally not like, you know, all Mega Man stages are designed with the intent to not have to be able to pull out your dog every 5 seconds. I'm also getting more and more doubtful that there's gonna be a way back to that path to get on. Sure there's not just like a secret wall to break open over here? Oh, controller, please work. Thank you. Oh, there is a secret wall to break down here. Alright, well, I'm glad I looked, but shouldn't have had to die so many times just to find it. God. Okay, I really shouldn't have died to that. However, I mean, because that's a skill issue of me. But like, can you? Oh my God, I'm going into board throw mode here. In addition, the colors I can't. This color palette is like a sleeper cell agent. It's turning my brain off. Like it's just hitting the code word to be like, yeah, sleepy time. Also, I mean, just, God, what level just makes you walk right off a platform into spikes? Weird. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I've had enough of this level. I'm just going to do one of these. And just watch as all of the spam coalesces. And that guy's gonna catch up with me. It's okay. I don't care. Look at I would have had to hop on Rush Jet anyways. I literally would have had to hop on Rush Jet anyways. I still died. This belongs lower. There's no fun factor in this level for me. This is just so extremely tedious to actually have to do over and over and over again with so much instant death and poor checkpoints and enemies that just ambush you and like 40 million enemies, more enemies than a fucking Chinese takeout menu has items on it. Like, holy shit. Nobody could possibly memorize all of this unless they, you know, designed the level and judiciously have, like, you know, they judiciously designed the level, and so therefore they actually know every single thing that they put down because they put it there. The average player, there's just so much going on. Not to mention just too many. It's enemy spam. Okay, and we're back. Taking no chances. Get rid of that guy before I jump down there. Oh my God, that's right. And they jump you with this guy too. You can't turn around. Oh. Pain. Yes, pain indeed. Oh my God, this level is... This level is only second place now in making me feel pain. I felt far more emotional damage when I was playing the Temple of Light and Dark. The only level that's both manages to be a marathon and just, like, you know, pain simulator. But, like, this is getting pretty close. This is getting pretty darn close to my limit of my patience. I guess I'll just be thankful there isn't a sub-world to keep going back and forth for. You don't have to hold a key the entire time you go through the level. Come on, get rid of this guy too. Get back on Rush Jet. And just, like, just take the hits. It's fine. Hover at a medium altitude. I especially don't know what you're supposed to... Oh, okay, so they Wait a minute, that was a different enemy spawn pattern than last time. Do these things just spawn in randomly over the pit? If so, that's cruel. There's no way to plan for that. Okay, Marks, while I'm really happy to see you, I really don't have time for I don't have the patience for your bullshit right now. What is it? The author of this level said that they had great plans for the last boss of this stage. Concept, it meant to be another fight with that pink-colored tall lady. But powered up and stuff. Namonaki, okay. Badly pressed with their studies, their part-time job, and other everyday affairs. Their lack of coding experience, too. Plus, that battle was canned. Kinda sucks, if you ask me. It is very fun working with this engine and taking part in this competition. I thank everyone who played this level, and I hope it didn't seem too difficult or too long. About that. That's all, I guess. Will you get me out of here, please? Yeah, sure, Marks, no problem. I can take down, like, the Spark Man that's in this room or something. Oh, no, it's the same boss. I mean, okay, same boss, but with, like, slightly different platforms. It's still something. Okay. I mean, look, overall, like, is this the worst thing I've played this competition? Hell no. But was it very tedious and annoying to get through just so much enemy spam and instant death and a color palette that just, like, confuses the eye? Yes, it really was. I would just recommend for next time, choose a different color palette, make the spikes a little bit more obvious, and just tone down the number of enemies. Even if most of them are doing the same thing, just tone the number down. There's a lot to interpret there. And then maybe just stick to them being all one color. I know it adds to a little bit of the variety if you make them swap colors a lot, but it starts to just add on top of the already ridiculous number of enemies that's there. Also, like, can we have fewer segments that are just like, here's a random jump that's a little bit too large to do, that just kind of suddenly out of nowhere? I don't know, just throwing down a big power-up to indicate, oh yeah, you should use Rush Jet. Like, that's not very clear. It just kind of seems like, hey, here is an energy power-up. You've probably used a lot of energy so far. Leads to a lot of unnecessary dying. Okay, let's see. Taking a drink here. I have no idea what Magical Doropy is, so... I didn't know this was just kind of starting to rip from a stage. Maybe I'll look that up later. Let's see. The mobility of her spread shot adds just the right level of complication, make things a little interesting. Like a fun mid-boss, essentially. Let's see. I do think more could have been done with the rematch. For one idea, perhaps putting some of the early levels flame jets in the floor. Oh yeah, those kind of got forgotten. Doesn't quite live up to the boss fight. It starts off well enough. Simple variety of early enemies. However, yeah, overloading of assets. Missed the second token. Open the menu and hit retry so the checkpoint below is a force of restart. Yep, did that. Wasn't about to play that whole first segment again. Well, I was, but anyways. Quite this crazy with enemy types in different stages, maybe a hassle to handle. Yeah, the surprise stars are annoying, and they start to hurt your eyes after a while, if you can even spot them. Bad habits with gimmicks. Yeah, they start to kind of be abandoned, or they just kind of are thrown at you all at once. Forced weapon usage in Magical Doropy worked well due to a lack of proper weapon energy. Megaman, for whatever reason, doesn't have infinite ammo here. That makes those segments far more irritating than they were in their home game. Oh, home game sounds fun. Maybe I should actually give that a shot. Magical Doropy makes Megaman for obvious reasons. I did enjoy Namonaki's fight. However, this tries to do too much at once. As a result, it doesn't do enough with what it has. A bit skeptical when I first saw what the stage was referencing, although based on a Magical to Kids Doropy seems like a solid choice for the type of contest. How many times the original games been compared to Mega Man? I've never heard of this as a Mega Man fan, surprisingly. At the same time, though, it's a game that had a lot of issues. Let's see, boss fight at the start, though an obviously easy one. Let's see. Plays pretty decently, enemies get proper introductions, and then just a lot of them all at once. Yeah, awkward movement patterns, the purple sphere shell enemies, just, it makes you pause in really weird ways. And it's a controversial stance. The inclusion of those star-shaped enemies was a bad choice. No, I don't think that was. The sudden popping into existence is irritating, even if the enemies die really quickly. And for the enemy spam, this could be a serviceable level. Yeah, I agree. The enemy spam really brought it down because it just keeps throwing you into all the instant death or distracting you from all the instant death. Flame jets barely show up. Flying gears only became a threat in the third token room. Yep. Otherwise, just waiting around them and jumping around fish. Yeah, forced usage of Magnet Beam or Rush Jet is strange. Blindsided by enemies. Yeah, you can't really fight back. Use Magnet Beam, you literally can't shoot back, and if you're using Rush Jet, you're traveling forward, so you can't shoot backward, so, The anticlimax, like I said before, has a lot of potential. Yeah, just need a bit more tuning. Reference that I don't get. Yay, I'm not the only one! The odd enemy designs and the way they are spammed here probably all closely resemble the game, doesn't excuse the entry, though. Agreed. Strange forced weapon usage, exactly. It's not very clear when you should be forced using your weapons, especially when you introduce a large pit at the same time as a new gimmick, I guess a new hazard being the laser, that also never shows up again either. It feels very contrived and confusing, and it's like, is something going to save me, or am I just hurling myself into a pit? Yeah, I thought there was gonna be like some damage boost or something like that. Yeah, the laser shooters do nothing above the water, so like, I guess maybe in the original game you had to come up for air. That would have made it interesting, but in Mega Man, I mean, Super Fighting Robot has super fighting lungs, so. Background is somewhat busy looking a little bit. It kind of blends in with the tile set. Yes, somehow, even though it's gray against like pink, hot pink, like my eyes are just starting to glaze over the longer I looked at that level. Only to fall into spikes. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of accessibility issue with this level. I feel like the first encounter with the boss is harder than the final one. This is the lesser maneuver. I haven't played the Cryon Conquest such Magical Kid Story piece, so I can't speak with any authority about how successful this level is as a crossover. Aesthetics and gameplay are in line, though a little off the mark with the choice of music and the number of enemies on any given screen. Oh, so it was a purposeful design decision to put more enemies everywhere. Great! One thing I can say for sure is that, move a magic broom, the level needs either infinite rush jet energy or free weapon refills before the spike gaps. It does do free weapon refills, but I guess not full ones. There's some ups and downs, but no up and downs. Yeah, that would have really pushed the level over the edge into frustrating. Slew of nozzle hazards, enjoyably designed underwater segments, and satisfying boss fights. Downsides include very loosely structured challenge progression, overly distant checkpoints, and unforgiving final stretch. Yeah, unforgiving to say the least. There's a lot to take in. There's too much going on. My brain was overloaded. Cleaning out the backgrounds only helps so much. Agreed. Hourly, I have a similar problem. Good vocabulary word there. Music is fine for a while, but wears thin. Yeah. Agreed. I was getting a little tired of the music after dying and being just mobbed and, you know, someone coming out from an alleyway and taking my mega money. Few oversights are minor enough not to mention. Would have liked marks to have been hidden in a secret room or not present at all. The climax of those is the worst place to receive unnecessary excuses from a Kirby character. Oof. I mean, they're valid excuses, but damn. Life level well enough, but I would wonder whether I'd be more appreciative or less impressed if I were more familiar with the source material. Oh wow, Ace Spark really was not happy with the reuse, huh? Using them in the same manner as the original game, expect them to work well. The Cryon Conquest has specific alterations in Mega Man style that make them work in that game, such as the ability to aim, infinite weapon usage, and even little things like oxygen meters. Oh, see? I was right. That's why the lasers existed, but they played no purpose in Mega Man. Let's see, the entire level just becomes a mess, boring one, too many enemies, you got that right. Particularly frustrating enemies were the squid, a waste of time, and doesn't work because you can shoot upwards in the source game, and the armored ball. The solution is to avoid it is to stand still, which, yeah. Starfish were completely unavoidable if you'd not been through a section before. Very easy to slide into. The rocketfish are pretty much the same issue. Honestly, there were so many goddamn enemies in that level, I can barely even remember what was a starfish, what was a rocketfish, what was, like, just a tomato flying at me. Like, you could tell me that there was a horse enemy in that level, and I would probably have believed you. A whole lot of spikes, especially one that just drops you right into it after a vertical water transition. Not cool. It's not been bad. You had reasonable checkpoint placement throughout, but there are very few of them. Yeah, it starts getting frustrating. I was very frustrated by the end. It's built around a broom mechanic. More puzzles. This type of weapon does not exist in the Mega Man game, and thus it doesn't really make sense. You just have to occasionally pull out a mobility tool every once in a while, and it doesn't really add anything besides just making you just pause for a second. Odd. Gimmicks aren't reused. Yeah, everyone in the base game. None reused, interestingly. Nope. Just a lot of enemies making you stop, having to think for a second, strain your eyes against the tile set. Boss was a nice start, although I would like the climax and not flip the same thing again. The token rooms are the highlight, hidden well, and had nice challenges within. I appreciate the effort put into recreating the original game, but more effort should have been made to make it work for Mega Man. Yeah, agreed. Oh, what a long stage, and my eyes still hurt. I really hope the color palettes start getting better again. At the very least, like, the tier 1 and 2 color palettes were mostly inoffensive, because they were just kind of like, here's some very basic tiling, very basic colors, not really that bad. But now we're in kind of like the low mid tiers, and it's like people are trying to get creative, but they don't really have the eye for it, and it just hurts my eyes as a result. What the hell are you? Fancy myself to be a hammer of justice holding this jailhouse together. Every day I bonk each and every prisoner on the head to make sure they stay in line. This is my sworn duty. That's police brutality. For some reason, no one seems to appreciate this job. But I shall make them. Such is the duty of the Hammer of Justice. Yeah, you keep doing that, bud. Oh, it's Fireman. I can't not talk to you. I was pretty committed to keeping the Old West theme here, and sometimes it goes a bit far. You don't have a modern sprinkler system here. They actually just have me sit here and be a fire hydrant. Yeah, OSHA would, really call you out on that one. They still have, some deference, so they have power for that. Hey, Delay Nezumi. Oh, I get it. Delay Nezumi. I can't press anything. I just have to wait here. What's up? Thanks. Good joke. Creatively named level. Uh-oh, we're back into low score territory. Not just not high scores, but stuck with time penalties. All right, come on. Oh, a skip level. We haven't seen this in a long time. And a Deltarune, a Rude Buster remix. Excellent. Okay, so can't find my keys, man. The stage is very long, which is partly why I skipped a little. You gotta fight 5 different dev kit bosses. Oh boy, my favorite. One of them is the end boss. I'm sure of it. Even if I've been looking for 3 days. It's an exaggeration, but it's been longer than it'll take you to go left and claim the level's loot. Not only is this level long, but I can confirm it's very difficult too. Especially once you're crossing pendulums upside down. Oh, that sounds like it's gonna make me hurl. How many times I've been blown to bits by the spikes? I'm out a lifetime supply of fine oil by now. Oh boy. Alright. I'm already starting to feel a little bit lightheaded from the last level, on top of being sick. And maybe dehydrated. I think if this level makes me nauseous, it might be the last one for the night. Alright, one more drink of water, and let's get moving. At least we have Rude Buster in the background. Music by Tater Tot Tunes. Oh yeah, another one. Okay, that's cool. They remixed that. I recognize that person. Message from Honey Woman. Welcome to my castle, Megaman. If you want to find me, I'll be in the garden out back. I'll be waiting for you, if you survive. Kind of weird. Why would Honey Woman be just randomly fighting us? Oh, but the castle door is locked, so I guess you gotta fish the key out of the sewer. Some guy named Sonic has it. No, it's probably Sonic Man from the DOS games. Okay, I have to check. Is there anything? Okay, there's no hidden thing behind the W. People like to do that. I already see a Joe and a frog. Not really excited for that. I'm going to bet this is the secret path. Alright, fine. I'll give this a chance. This is a decent combination of enemies. Or of a gimmick and an enemy. Right, and they seem to always be alternating in this game. Whereas in the original, the snail could just throw eyes or throw bombs, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't random. That was tight. Okay, well. Getting swarmed, and there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, I mean, we're at least making, making, this help English, this level is at least making consistent and, I would say, good use of these Game Boy water platforms. So there is a consistent gimmick that is already being put to good use at the beginning. I can at least give it praise for that. The spiders are running away? That's unusual. No random secrets in the back there? Okay. Hello, Sonic. Oh, wait, aren't you Sonic Man or are you Dynaman? I'm pretty sure you're Dynaman. Alright, come on. Let's fight Dynaman. Actually learn his pattern. It's not a boss that I'm intimately familiar with. I mean, I've fought it a couple of times so far in this contest, but still not very good at its pattern. I guess staying under Dynaman's a pretty good idea. Okay. Alright, key number 1! Are you ready, kids? We're 1/5 of the way done with the level. The incredible amount of mashing it takes to just simply take out that Joe. Alright, it's just gonna be faster to jump over these enemies than to actually bother with them. 8 damage! Holy hell, those things hit hard. Alright, that's actually a good use of the no-shooty block. Otherwise, that enemy would have been pointless. Trying to give the platforming challenges a fair shake while I'm, you know, awake here. But, starting to regret that idea. Yeah, I'm, the level's already managed to exhaust my patience. Time to bring out the laser trident and all the rush coil items. Or utility type items. That's maybe not ideal. Also not good. That's better. Not a good sign when only, geez, 7 minutes into the level it's managed to exhaust my patience. I mean, Rude Buster carries motivation for a good bit, but you can't entirely rely on it. Weird spot to get stuck in. I don't think I can make that jump without utility, and I'm not going to try. I can't tell if that's a good place. Okay, I guess it is a good placement. Apparently he can shoot through those walls, but I can't. What kind of rigged game is this? Oh, and Jewel Man platforms. Hate these things. Alright, come on. Left, right. Let's go. I think this is actually just exactly from Jewel Man's stage. Alright, now we're almost certainly just exactly at Jewel Man's stage. I feel like this is the exact level design. Especially if this ends with, okay, good, it didn't end with, you now have to get through a spiked wall. Yeah, spiked wall, man, no shit. Okay, well, I guess this is the garden that we were promised to, meet in. And, okay, level music doesn't loop properly. Those are just tiles up there. Alright, come on, honey woman. We'll fight you. Oh, it's not like I'm very good at the Hornet Man fight anyways. So this is gonna be awkward. I know, more bees. There's so many bee-themed things in Mega Man when you think about it. The only thing that there's more of in Mega Man is birds. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Birdman somewhere throughout all this, and not the lawyer type of Birdman. Okay, honey woman, I don't know if you're going to jump the entire length of the screen or just most of the length of the screen. A little frustrating. Ah! Okay, sudden jump down. Also, if the whole conceit of this level was that, like, it was Honey Woman starting things off. Deactivated. Okay, so Honey Woman was challenging us, but now we have to keep going for some reason? Castle was all a ruse. I, Centaur Man, shall finally get my chance to defeat you after being snubbed last year. Great plot. Door's locked, old man's guarding the key. Go kill him because he's super annoying. Alright, sure. I mean, pretty sure I know what happens here, but let me just fall into the sky. Okay. Have to be sure there's not weird secret bullshit there. Speaking of weird secret bullshit, is there anything to the left? Or the right, I guess? No. Okay. Speaking of weird secret bullshit, I was not able to, or I haven't actually taken a look at Usagi Woman's stage yet to see if there's anything. Or to try to find that second energy element there. Not quite up to it. Didn't have the time since yesterday. But I'll probably record it and eventually throw it into a, you know, larger compilation of Megaman Maker video. I'm trying to see right now if I can get some of my friends to work on making a larger video. I can take care of the shorts. If one of them could just... Why am I bothering to fight this dude? Let me just slide under. There we... Okay, really? How large is this hitbox? But I would hopefully like to condense basically all of tiers 1 through 3 right into a like a 30 to 40 minute video, so 8 hours of content compressed down. I think that would be pretty good. Okay, I'm glad to see that the water gimmick has returned, but in this high anxiety inducing way, this is somehow more anxiety-inducing than the elect beams in Mega Man 1. Also, wow, that is 3 of these that you have to go through. That was tight. Okay. Okay. So I can just stand here. That's good. Maybe I just mistimed the slide last time. Okay, I did. Oh, there is a lot of pain. 3? Come on. That's a lot. That's a lot to ask. Ah. That's some tight platforming. That's some very tight platforming to ask for while upside down. Super confusing. Well, not confusing in concept, more confusing on the idea of, like, oh man, my hands are not used to this. Okay, even Ice Wall is reversed, that's funny. I was kind of expecting you just to fall to the floor. Alright. I'm guessing Thunder Beam's probably the weakness? Yeah, okay, let's get out of here. Okay, kind of sad. Bulbaman's doing even less than he did in Mega Man 2. Just kind of completely shut him down. Also getting a little bit worried. I have not seen a, you know, a hidden spot for another token in a long time. And we're now, what, 3 dev kit bosses in? Don't want to have to replay another long stage again. I have too many of those already lined up. Also, sudden change. I mean, I guess, okay, fine. You know, we're in a different castle now, so you're justified in being able to change the graphics, but, you know, we've had so far how many tile sets? We've had Wily Mega Man 3 Sewers. We have had Hornet Man stage. We've had whatever the original castle was. Now we have a Dr. Cossack castle stage. Getting a little sick of all the new tile sets. I will say, for as disorienting as this is, Jewel... Okay. Alright, you know what? I was about to praise that I kind of like the combination Jewel Man platforms with upside down gravity. Just the sheer fact that there's so... Why throw the enemy? Why throw these guys in here? The challenge would have been enough without these semi-invincible enemies just popping up all the time to get in your way. Especially when you have to move back and forth repeatedly. That's a situation where you don't want to have respawning enemies. You want it, back and forth repeatedly beyond your control. Like, you have to move back and forth to actually get through this segment. So you're going to have to deal with those enemies. It's not like, oh, well, this is your punishment for hesitating and hemming and hawing and moving back and forth of your own will on a platform. No, this is, here's enemies that are going to get in your way because I designed them to do that. Rush. Is Rush at all functional upside down? Okay. Good. Oh, but the controls are inverted. Even the up and down's inverted. That's bad. That's disorienting. And I get punished. And now I've lost patience now. Now I just want to get done with the level. I've been here enough, and I've seen enough, and the attempts at gimmicks have overstayed their welcome by quite a bit. Stay in the middle, you'll be fine. Don't touch the gravity. Oh, come on. There's nothing I could do about that. And now I'm running out of weapon energy, too. I have to resort to Magnet Beam next. I have no idea if the little gap in the spikes there is the secret path, or if that's the mandatory path, or if what I was going on was the secret path. Nobody quite knows. Get me out of here. Get me out. Get me out. Okay, I guess this is the secret. Good. Still, a secret entirely full of nearly invincible cannon enemies. Not fun to drop into. Yeah, I'll hail Picado 24. No thanks. You haven't earned that joke. Just made me frustrated with the level. Get a trident, get you out of here. At least I'll take solace in the fact that at the very least I haven't missed a token. But unfortunately it does mean that there's still 2 more to find in this long stage. Another marathon length level. And yeah, can't say I exactly feel like fighting Centaur Man right now. So let's just find the weakness and get on with our lives. Hopefully it's not Tornado Blow. I don't have much of that left. Oh, Centaur Man can jump now. He's got hops. He's got shoes. Okay, it's not Magnet Shockwave. It's Ice Wall, kind of. It would be Ice Wall if I could just get the pattern where Centaur Man stands still for no reason. It's probably better Spark Chaser. No, Spark Chaser still does the same thing. Oh, it's just Laser Trident? Okay. Kind of boring, but sure, why not? Let's just get out of here. And let me guess, it was all another ruse. Oh wait, it's all glitchy now. Ew. You are inside a simulation of a simulation inside a simulation. Oh no. This person watches Rick and Morty and thinks that they're smarter than everyone else. Not 85. I do not understand any way to make me 100 Man. No idea what that's a reference to, but... Oh, okay. Weird. GB, Great Britain, Game Boy? Gone away? I have never put this in an MMM level, but here it is. Dan and Bob. What? I hope y'all eventually play this level and enjoy it. Oh, Dan and Bob. Okay, you're addressing Dan and Bob. Okay, I already read the sign. Are we gonna do anything cool with the glitched up graphics, or are we just gonna drop it instantly after the first screen where the graphics existed? Good, now we're at heavy gravity. Oh, heavy gravity and Jewel Man platforms. What fun! And still more of these things spawning. At least they're not nearly as obnoxious as in the upside down section. Not dealing with that. Okay, those aren't timed properly. Can't expect me to hop over them if they're not in sync. I do kind of like the fact that you can just kind of, you know, go pull just like no fear and just move off of the platforms onto the next spike platforms, but still, it's a bit much to ask of the player all at once. Yeah, I also don't see these timing out well. That's a pretty fatal flaw in the idea of that gimmick. Oh, more invincible enemies. Good. More things for Laser Trident to eat up. As I run dangerously low on Laser Trident ammo. These things worked because in Cossack stage, they were synced up. You could actually make jumps between them. Or if they weren't quite synced up, the fact is that you weren't under high gravity, so you didn't have to worry about them being just a little bit out of sync. But now that there is high gravity, the fact that they're very out of sync matters. Quite a lot, in fact. Oh my god. 2 long, frustrating levels back to back. At least this one's not a complete eyesore. This one has very frustrating game design decisions. I honestly, I think this is there's motivation here for me to try to actually participate in the next Make a Good Mega Man level contest, whenever that ends up coming out. Because I know for a fact that I could do at least a little better than this. I could at least make a mid-level, and we could be happy with that. One that's like, I don't know, at least in the 50th percentile. There's a lot of like just game design sin going on right now. This stage is so long. I'm losing my mind. another capsule. How generous of you. Probably gonna have to resort to a W tank here soon. I don't think we have quite enough ammo in reserve to justify just, you know, what am I trying to say? I don't think we have quite enough ammo in reserve to get through all the other invincible enemies in this stage. More of these. Wait, hold on, what? Was I able to... That was weird. Was I able to slightly move the platform? I was able to despawn that platform, and I can nudge it. Holy shit, these things are actually really broken. Wait a minute, that would have been so cool to work with together. I don't know if I don't know if the person making this level actually was aware of that. That's rad. You could actually probably make a really cool gimmick out of like nudging blocks to, into the right place with the Jewel Man platforms. But instead, here we are, just kind of hopping from one to another monotonously as they're all completely out of sync and make it such a pain in the ass to actually do platforming on them. There's something up there. I wasn't looking. Oh, no, now I gotta risk my life again to go check. Okay, I'm gonna hope that there was nothing up in that corner. Oh, well, hold on. Now we have regular gravity. I can go look without... Hopefully without punishment? No, it was nothing. It was nothing. It was a waste of my time. Excellent. Alright, now just to get back there without some kind of embarrassing platform death. Okay, good. Alright, boss number 4, Flashman. For some reason. Wait, that was the last energy element? Wait a minute, where was the... No! No, you mean I have to play this stage again? I have to get the fourth token somewhere? I'm not doing that right now. I don't have the patience for it. Lame. So lame. More beautiful than I. Oh, cute Starman plushie. I like that. I don't have the wherewithal to go through everything in that level again. It was just so long. There were so many unnecessary things to do there. Gimmicks didn't work well together. And, I mean, ultimately, even when they were combined, they weren't that interesting. And when they were interesting, like with upside-down Jewel Man platforms, they were then just made completely unplayable by enemies that are just constantly smacking you in the face. Rude. Not sure how, but something about this makes me very angry when I play it. Yep. Could be the fairly large number of spikes. It could be the annoying Sin assets. It could be the sheer amount of fake-out endings and false starts, or it could be just any combination of everything thereof. Not a level I enjoyed. It's not a level I'm likely to replay anytime soon. Prominent frustration factors is in the link. I'm fairly confident this is over 70 screens long for one element, and the average Robot Master stage is 25 screens. A lot of this is owed to the level's penchant for fake-outs. Let's see, going through a castle to take out Honey Woman, but after that, it's an upside-down pendulum mess. And then there's Centaur Man for some reason. And there's also Flash Man for some reason. Your number of spikes, a misstep gets you killed, checkpoints are kind of not the best places. Awkward assets, Assets? Gimmick side is alright though, although trying to manage dual pendulums in reverse gravity while also trying to not die to those spikes, exercise of frustration. Folks are way better just abusing Rush Bike here. Well, I don't know how to use Rush Bike, and I refuse to learn. But the real main issue is the enemies. Sample the enemies chosen here, and they tend to be extremely aggravating, considering these enemies are so common. Yeah, it brings down the mood. Gross. And then there's also there's a room attributing to the most annoying Mega Man enemy of all time, the Pakato 24. Rude. That's a collection. The way it handles the length just makes it not fun, and not fun is not good. Relatively uneventful level, somewhat lengthy. It's big as other stages. Alright, take a drink. Take another drink, because there's almost none of my no longer hot water left. Let's see. The water jets. Oh, they can't push you into the spikes. Also, I was being hesitant for no good reason there. What a shame. Yeah, music didn't loop properly, which doesn't matter too much usually when you're dying so many times, but if you don't die, then you get to notice it, which is unfortunate. Reverse gravity, dual swing section. Let's see. High gravity area with the fork blocks. That's what they're called. Both these segments are... Oh, both of these. Typo. Are a lot more engaging than the rest of the stage, but they also come with their own share of issues. The dual swing section is ruined by the chuck magnets. Somewhat ruined? I think you mean entirely ruined. And the gravity flipping section, the files doesn't really help matters either. Let's see, if the fork blocks are assigned better patterns, that row of 3 right before the Pierre row bug is incredibly annoying to deal with. Okay. Oh, yeah, that row of 3, I don't think it can be dealt with. Like, come on now. They're out of sync. We're finding unique gimmick combinations, yeah, instead of just switching to new things every few screens. Started out fine, but got more infuriating to play through. Yeah, it was already kind of infuriating with just low grav, death spike, weird jumps at the very beginning. It's quite a bit difficult to deal with in the specific arena. Yeah, it's just kind of hard to end up jumping over, position yourself under at the right spots. Deal with those flying plate enemies with the faces. Their hitboxes are either very inconsistent, no idea how to deal with them. I think that's the point. I think they were like that in the original game too, Patchy, but that means it's a bad enemy to choose in a high tension, high excitement situation like the Jewel Man platforms. Upside down adds almost nothing to the later portion of the stage, except for maybe a Bubble Man, kind of a joke, I guess. Yeah, it made Bubble Man even easier. So many shielded enemies. I know, I'm out of laser trident. Gross. For submitting level, please make sure to A, proofread your text, B, check that your music loops properly, and C, give your level a real name. Like the promise of a continual bait and switch. All the different assets, admittedly a few too many, orbiting around the central core of gravity gimmicks, and the creative boss chambers that add new dimensions to familiar fights. Areas of Megaman 3 Fortress graphics. Okay. Yeah, the water spouts. If I had known that they didn't actually work, then that would have sucked way more. Then I would have had much lower opinion of that area. I mean, it was already tense, kind of too much like a Lekman. But if it doesn't do anything, then well, what's the point? Graphics generally look nice. Things fits perfectly. Disappointed about the difficult new challenges being thrown at the player. More power-ups, really necessary. Running out of weapon energy. Go in front of the key door. Also not fond of the entire last section. Despite some thoughtful challenges, the level starts to drag at that point, and glitchy simulation is no excuse for lazy-looking tile work. Also, like, it only gets glitchy for 2 screens and then completely just like, black background, we're done here. Nightmare, stressfully precise jumps and out of nowhere enemies. Yeah, that would have, yeah. Ugh. These are a must. 2 new gimmicks that introduced. No breather. Secret path, while very clever, teleports you to an unfamiliar screen. It's unclear to go down to your death or up. Highs are very high, but the lows drag everything down. So editing this could be a really fun level. Honestly, I don't think the highs are high at all in that stage. Just kind of, just maybe like slaps you awake for a second, but then you're just awake to endure more pain. I'm hearing this music in multiple entries at this point. It's from like Undertale or Deltarune, right? Yeah, Spark. Now I get to realize just how many people overlove that goddamn game. They want to insert it in everything. And I really didn't enjoy this stage. The biggest positive I can say... but man, the stage and issues come down to enemy choice and sheer length. It's your checkpoint length, yeah. Making use of the weapons to bypass more irritating enemies results in you quickly running out. Sure does. On the shield of the enemies that has to be killed so the player can navigate some really awkward platforming segments and also very finicky gimmicks. When an enemy is not shielded, arbitrarily hard to hit. I don't even remember there being a Heli Minotaur, but maybe it was just I was really trying to block as much of this stage out of my memory as possible. And stage bosses, mid bosses, yeah, makes the stage a lot longer. I really, really did not enjoy this. You said it. Yeah, I'm not going back to the poker chip right now. I will do that at another time. I think I have only enough steam in me for one more level because, wow, those last 2 were draining. Hunter Woman, give me something funny. I'm fond of this simulation. Whoever made it has a great hunter's mindset. Always stay on guard, Megaman, or you may just fall into one of my traps. Oh, I don't wish to talk about anything else. I hate cowboys. Oh, see? I knew I didn't like Hunter Woman. Not a fan of Sheriff Man. Decoy Man. Okay. Well, I mean, at least I have an idea of what to expect in this level, but I can't say I'm excited for sudden things coming out of nowhere once I have just gotten out of a level where it's just like, well, you know, here's too much all at once. I kind of need a little bit of a brain break, not even more things going through my mind. Okay, so far there's not a whole lot of anything screaming decoy about this. And enemies that are just kind of there, not really doing much. Not sure why there's Chill Man music playing. Not entirely fitting for what's happening. Okay, well, that entire long screen was just enemies being there. They didn't really contribute much. They didn't get in my way. All I had to do was just hold charge and shoot. Okay, what you got for me? Just apologize. I ran out of time, was aiming to fight a proper boss fight, and enjoyed Cutman. Wait, is this the whole level? Wait, no, right, decoy. The level is not over yet. There's meant to be a fake out to make you think that the level's gonna be over, but now the floor is probably gonna drop out from under me. With an M tank. Yep. Finally. Now the real level begins. Fake what? Yep. Alright, I'll admit, that's actually a pretty clever joke for a stage. Especially in this contest. I don't exactly like a floor that just kind of, you know, fakes out on you. But that's actually a pretty funny gimmick for a contest like this, where you're going to have a lot of people who just end up running out of time, and, well, that's that. There's at least some thought actually being put into this right now. You can actually see the little pop-up enemies come out of the floor. That's pretty good. And they all mostly have variations of the enemies that were in the stage before. There's some cool new music. Alright, I'm digging it. Energy elements, they said that we have a mind of our own. Well, hold on. Where's the bonus path and where's the real path? I don't know. I'm gonna trust the obvious ladder as the bonus path. And just because there's extra flavor dialogue up here too. Then I realized something. I exist. Alright. Okay, that makes grabbing the ladder frustrating. A little bit too close, but... nothing... Oh, that's a fake platform. Okay. Any way to tell the difference? Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, that's fair. It would have been nice if I could have had some kind of indicator of that, or some way to practice this beforehand, but knowing that the bullets will go behind fake platforms is good. Doing my old form, I built myself a body out of the robot master technology, and I gave it the ability to create a hologram of itself to fool attackers in case I needed to defend myself. Alright, very 0x6 dialogue. I built myself a body out of the robot master technology to fool attackers to defend myself while I repaired myself. Called myself Decoy Man based off my hologram weapon. I fled here, but I was still lonely. Fake? Okay, fake. Anything interesting about this Sniper Joe, or... No, just kinda... There's a random number of shots? Alright. Cutman, need a place to stay. Oh, okay, so... You know. Just set him out there to die. Alright, fun gimmick, although... oh, and it actually dropped a token. Alright, I'll accept that. That's a fun met. Myself of a trickster token. Sadly, all I got out of the project was a met that could hide in other objects. Well, alright. Joe showed up here and refused to leave. I'm stay. Just kind of a normal Sniper Joe to me, bud. I do like that the spawning Crystal Joe maybe hinted at that if you were paying attention. But that was a fake floor. And that it kind of just dump you right back out where you started. It kind of would have been nice to go through all this and get a shortcut instead of just a token, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. Okay, a lot of bullets at this little spot on the screen. Maybe a few too many. I think so far we're having a level that's fun in concept and has at least done better with its ideas than some of the previous levels. But one that's maybe wearing a little thin with, like, I don't know, the fake floors just kind of not being telegraphed very well. Not telegraphed in some areas and okay telegraphed in other areas. Like here, a little annoying. That's real. That's real. This real? This is real. I have to check everything that's real because I can't use my eyes to check what's real. See? Like that. I stop checking for what's real for 1 second and I get punished because there's no tell that this is a fake platform there. Like Mega Man 9 at least had, like, you know, the little projector enemies. Like that could have helped. Okay, that all seems real. Okay, well, I could go that way or I could go to the right. I mean... Anything over here? Seems like. Oh, an E-Tank. Alright, that's cute. I'll take that. That's kind of like regular Mega Man design, so that's cool. Hey, Brush, let's get through here. Why did I think that that was going to be a real help? Have I learned nothing? Alright, the enemies are starting to drag on a little bit. They're not really doing too much new with each extra enemy put in the way. They're kind of just doing more of the same. So glad I used that E-Tank. There's not been a checkpoint for a while. TGM. I'm guessing that was the level creator's initials. Oh wow, a real one-up. Alright, that's generous. And funny. Alright, not the best sprite work, but I can appreciate a custom boss. Simple pattern, but one that does provide enough challenge to be complex. Oh, and they keep swapping energy elements too. That's interesting. So that way it has to stay on this side. Alright. I'll say this. This is probably one of the first levels in tier... This is the first level in tier 4 where I felt like, wow, there's like actual genuine promise here. There's, you know, custom enemy design, somewhat thoughtful use of it, a consistent gimmick throughout with, you know, fake floors or other things that are, you know, fake in nature and that you have to kind of keep your wits about you to think about it. And a custom boss fight, which, you know, while simplistic, was at least functional and was pretty fun to learn a simple pattern for. Lore, you know, I guess is interesting, even if it's, maybe it feels like a little bit canned. But, I liked that level. It just kind of got a little boring by the end, a little tiring. And then also the fact that, like, you couldn't just see where the fake floors were or had any consistent indication about it besides just trying to shoot through it. Seeing if the bullet goes through, which is fine, but, like, it gets tedious pretty quickly. Alright, nice try at the fake out, but I didn't fall for it. Aww. Mick's so smart. So smart and so cool. Playman does a good job making the initial level feel like an authentic rush job. Yep. Super quick to reach the boss, easy enemies, poor visual contrast, no platforming challenges. I would have been fooled if it weren't for the name. Oh, well, yeah, you got to see the name. To give the level some credit, the Crystal Joes in the rush job does have some occasionally dangerous placement. Normally, they aren't placed in ways that hit me, but I've been tagged once or twice, and it's my own fault. Let's see. Like the reward for the risky close-range kill. Yeah, if I was close enough, I could have actually gotten it. Real level sees no improvement on the fake one. Ooh, I see. I think there's still some improvement, but... yeah, I guess most of the enemies don't do too much. You do just kind of encounter them, blast them, and move on. The floors are mild inconvenience at best. That's better than frustrating. The platforming is just kind of dull. Aesthetic is worse than the fake out. Yikes. Ear-piercing music? I didn't quite notice. It was just kind of there in the background, a little meandery. Gets us the token room, and even then, I can't remember most of it. Custom boss with Decoy Man is boring compared to Cut Man, so the whole thing flounders. I don't agree. I think Decoy Man was an adequate, very simple boss. Especially with that second form of his. As for the title stage, might have actually got me with the opening bit. Either way, I don't think it would change my perspective on the level. Very promising idea, held back by some issues. Design here doesn't do a whole lot to properly capitalize on deception. Yeah, it's mostly just enemies popping out. There's not like, you know, fake. I mean, there's fake floors, but they don't really do much with it. Really unthreatening. Yeah, just kind of random pits also feels weird as well. Thing here is pretty bare bones. The fake floor gimmick could have worked wonders to spice up the level. The placement only serves to hinder your movements for a few seconds, second guess a jump or two. In this substance is a crystal gel that routinely falls from near the top of the screen towards the end of this section. It always looked a little off to me. I think it was purposeful, but I guess it does look a little odd. It would have been easier just to have like a, quick fade-in animation for the blocks, or like, have one of the projector enemies from Mega Man 9 come in. Boss, unfortunately, just as basic as the rest of the stage. Alright. You got me with the fake out. Okay, at least Patchy's got with the fake out. Can't tell which platforms are fake. Yeah, exactly. It starts getting tedious, even if it's not all important to prevent evil. Goes down straight paths while shooting enemies in the way. There aren't any significant setups to keep the player engaged. Nope. Kinda started zoning out again. Simple pattern, not so simple. Get around the projectile leaves after each jump. It was a rough boss fight for sure. We have two very different opinions. Decoy Man is a rough boss fight. It's too tough. And then we have Decoy Man is so boring, I would be rather fighting Cut Man. Crazy. There's something truly special here. Let's see. Doubles his own potential by subverting all the wrong expectations. Uh-oh. Yeah, typos were kind of there. Custom sprites were, I guess, a little strange. If a little bit more polishing, they could have been in the Mega Man style a bit better. They're safe from any angle. Flashman's the master at noticing all those. It's just before being blindsided. Let's see. Checkpoint screen count. Rays of metal, especially the cheeky token. That one is cute. I like that a lot. More obvious could be more sneaky. Concealed turrets that stand out like a sore thumb. And things that are sneaky should be more obvious, like fake floors that are just kind of rude. Going to be stronger. They're playing foreground, background graphics. I'm disappointed by the level. Unfortunate. Yeah, potential a little bit. Not quite where it is, but I don't know. I feel like some of the judges being a little bit hard on this stage. But it definitely could have done more, but it certainly isn't, disappointing. Well, maybe it's only not disappointing because after the last two levels I played, I'll take anything that isn't a marathon stage that's assaulting my eyes. Kids' assets are nice to see. Fake floor enemy. Four-way Crystal Joe actually adds nothing to how you fight it. Yeah, it's never really used in a way where you actually have to dodge its up and down attacks. Weird backstory. Yeah, it's a little... I've heard it before, and just feels a little bit maybe fanfiction-y, self-indulgent, but self-indulgent, edgy, but it's all right. Decoy Man himself, super basic, still puts out a challenge, hits pretty hard. Yeah, I agree. He's better for having an original fight. I burst out laughing, oops, when I saw him though, so that counts for something. His very ROM hack quality all to his own. Well, alright, I won't go that hard. It did look a little bit strange, but... I've seen stranger. I've seen Butterman in the previous tier. I don't want to do... Anything better than Butterman is, alright in my book. What's with that look? Okay, yeah, I'm here trying to steal a wallet again. I made the same mistake too many times in a row, so now on, I'll try to do a better job of not getting caught. That's the rogue mentality that I want to hear. Okay, no Met has gone before. You do got me curious. I kind of wanted to stop, but... Yeah, I'm going to stop for the night. There's no way I'm playing a level that has 3 energy elements and 5 tokens to try to end the stream with. We'll come back to this next time, so if you've made it this far into the VOD, thank you for watching. The sport really does mean something to me. And we'll be back next week with resuming Tier 4 and just getting, a boatload of collectibles in this level. So I'll talk to you all later. Have a good night. Bye.